Hello everybody, we have some updates when it comes to the NHS contract. As you know, we're vying for a minimum 5-year NHS contract. A lot of people believe that this is actually going to be a massive 10-year contract valued over $1 billion when it comes to the bottom line, and using Palantir Foundry for the NHS England and more so the NHS UK. I put out a video the other day where the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom is literally praising Palantir Foundry. I want to play you a small clip. This is the clip right here.
Part of it actually is having more data and technology around management of your backlog in its entirety is clearly an obviously good thing to do. And again, it's what I was saying before. It sounds kind of obvious. Okay, we should use some technology to help us analyze our waiting list and then organize ourselves in the most optimal way. That doesn't actually happen everywhere, right? And that's part of our job, is to spread that best practice. There's a couple of different systems. Foundry is another one. There are a few different systems that do a really good job of exactly what you're saying. Chelsea and Westminster is another trust which used some IT, which made a 28%, almost a third reduction in their backlog just by organising. For them, it was cleaning through their list, then organising their theatre. All of you, the nurses who have to work in theatres, there's optimising your theatre list on a day-to-day basis, managing the cancellations. Right? That is so important. And again, the technology can really help us do that.
As you can see, the Prime Minister, the highest political figure in the United Kingdom, is praising Palantir Foundry, saying that Palantir Foundry is able to reduce wait time by over 30% on a pilot program. Palantir is literally entrenched with the NHS, and any article that you read about the NHS and Palantir, they're saying that you must use the current dashboard, the current Palantir dashboard. Recently, there has been some competition, and there's an article that was written that C3AI is putting up a bid for the massive NHS contract. Today, there was an article that came out, and this is not a pro-Palantir article. I want to go over the article in just a moment. I say this time and time and time again. Palantir starts very small. I believe they started their journey with the NHS, where they were charging them $1 for PPP and COVID relief and the whole vaccine push. And then they extended that to tens of millions of dollars worth of business, if not over $100 million worth of business with the NHS. This contract with the NHS is going to be one step forward in solidifying Palantir as a major player in the healthcare sector, both private and public, domestically and abroad. Palantir has announced some amazing deals when it comes to healthcare, not just with governments, but private sectors. Companies like Tampa Hospital, Cleveland Clinic, Sampo, Cardinal Health, and Concordance. Guys, these are major players. Cardinal Health is one of the top 3 pharmaceutical distributors in the entire world, and Concordance is the #1 private supply chain distribution for healthcare products in the entire world. Guys, it's evident to see Palantir is moving in the healthcare industry. For anybody questioning what is the TAM, total addressable market, what is the ability for Palantir to grow, and does Palantir have a future outside military or defense? And the answer is absolutely, unequivocally, 100% yes, it does. Not to mention they are growing in the military, as the military is going to be spending a lot more money to increase their budget for software. Right now it's 1%. Dr. Alex Karp is trying to get 5%. I believe that if we get 2 to 3%, we are going to have massive growth. Shyam Sankar, who's the #2 guy over at Palantir, said, healthcare is our 3rd largest vertical, which means this is huge, and you could see the absolute push that they are doing into healthcare. At the end of the day, the hate for Palantir is 100% unfounded, as Palantir literally is saving lives with their healthcare initiatives, besides for the lives they're saving within our borders with their military initiative. I'm gonna go to my desk right now and read you the article. I hope you guys are still with me, and if you are, do me a favor, hit me up with a like, share, subscribe, And if you are still with me, do me a favor, hit the notification bell. I don't care about a like, I don't care about a comment, but hit the notification bell so you're actually notified when I get videos. I did my analytics and I noticed that most people are not notified when I come out with a video, and that really sucks with the YouTube algorithm. Besides for that, I do have a link to my Discord down below. Our Discord is totally 100% free. We currently have 125 people in our community. We talk about real estate, we talk about stocks, passive income plays, and of course, cryptocurrency. And if you didn't know, I have 5 channels down below. Click on the link in the description. All right, this article was written by The Mirror. They definitely don't do Palantir any favors. They definitely hate Palantir, but that's okay. We're still gonna read the article. Exclusive, campaigners warning over US tech giants NHS links as deadline for deal looms. Palantir is in the running for a major contract with the health services, with the initial deadline for applying for a bumper bonanza later this week. Campaigners fear a multi-billion-dollar US tech firm is in pole position to scoop the biggest private contract in NHS history. So even though they straight up hate on Palantir, they're still giving Palantir shine. It's so crazy. It's so freaking crazy. They don't care about nothing. Let me repeat this. These media outlets don't care about patients' health. They care about one thing and one thing only. Peter Thiel is one of the founders of Palantir. Peter Thiel is a huge supporter of the Republican Party, and Peter Thiel is friends with Donald Trump. These media outlets don't care about the NHS, they don't care about healthcare, and they don't care about anything but an agenda. And the only reason they hate on Palantir is because of Palantir's connection to Peter Thiel and Palantir's connection to Donald Trump. It's so freaking mind-boggling that the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom praises Palantir. Palantir has been working with the NHS for the last 2-3 years, doing an absolutely fantastic job by all measures. And all these people can talk about is Palantir is a spy company. It is freaking hilarious that they're trying to shame Palantir, make Palantir into a shitty company, but at the end of the day, they're literally putting clout behind Palantir's name. Colorado-based Palantir Technologies is thought to be in the running for the healthcare services £360 million federated data platform, which will boost the use of data analysis. The NHS does describe the system as the future operating system for health services. Nothing wrong with that. Palantir is already contracted with the NHS. We know that. They build their relationships. Start with $1, get a couple of million, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, and now hundreds, plural millions, maybe even $1 billion. Having been among big tech firms to team up with healthcare services to ensure a vital medical equipment was available to the facilities most in need during the coronavirus outbreak. What the heck is the problem? They were there for your country during the outbreak. They were there for your country when you needed them most. They work. Palantir works. Why are you hating on Palantir for doing a fabulous, fantastic job? It is insane. This is the interesting part where we got to read between the lines. Just 1 month has been allocated for firms to initially bid for the deal, which insiders say is unusual for such a high-value contract. The procurement was launched on January 10th, and the competition closes on Thursday, according to the government's online tender. Now, the winner of the NHS contract should have been announced a while back, but it wasn't, and it was already prolonged, or this bidding process, and it's very interesting to see that the bidding process is about to end. Now, I want to show you one company that is bidding. The company that's bidding is C3AI, Tom Sable, to challenge Peter Thiel for NHS IT bid report. C3AI, founded by former Oracle Corporation executive Tom Sable, will bid for contracts to revamp the IT systems of the UK National Health Services, challenge an offer from Peter Thiel's Palantir Technologies, The Telegraph reported. I don't want to go over the entire article, but C3AI is trying to put in a bid. Oh, look at that. Look, this little figure right here kind of looks like Amit for a moment. Shout out to my man Amit. The American firm already has a contract with the NHS. The Mirror has been told the short span could offer a boost to a bid by Palantir because it would benefit from its existing links. The shorter the bid, the more difficult it is for anybody to come in. During Rishi Sunuk's speech to the NHS, right? He was addressing the NHS. I played the video earlier. He literally said that we have a lot of bureaucratic red tape. And he didn't specifically said with Palantir, but you can read between the lines. Industry sources have stressed that overall procurement period was longer than just 1 month. But Dr. Martin Blanchard of Keep Our NHS Public, this is so funny, and I quote, "The procurement is a farce and the contract winner Palantir already has its feet under the table in the NHS England." Good. Dr. Martin Blanchard, stop freaking hating. Palantir is awesome. There is no time for true competition given the deadline for alternative providers and the complexity of the matter. He added, "It's sad to see how far we have come in this government's drive to commercialize the NHS." Listen, the government failed in running the NHS. It's not just England, it's not just the UK, it's all of governments suck. We have a huge deficit in the United States. For every dollar that we bring in, we spend $1.20. You understand what I just said? It's no different with the NHS in England. Unfortunately, they cannot manage the system, and privatization is the answer. Commercializing it is the answer, but at the end of the day, you're going to get a faster, cost-effective, more efficient, and it's just going to work. It's going to save lives. What is the problem? The 5-year contract is due to start in September, so it's right around the corner, with an option for 2 12-month extensions worth or another 120 million. So you have 120, that's 240, and the existing contract is like 360, so we're talking about 600 million pound, which is like what, $700 million? However, a lot of people believe that this is going to be extended again and again for at least a 10-year period, totaling in over $1 billion worth to the bottom line of Palantir. Why? They're already in the NHS, and for the same reasons why they're probably going to get this contract is the same reason why Palantir is probably going to get the next contract and the next contract and the next contract. It's very hard for somebody to catch up to Palantir. It's very hard for somebody to do what Palantir does, especially when Palantir is already working from within. That's why this is such a vital, important contract for Palantir and why haters like this just hate. These are the same trolls that you'll see in my comments, just hating just to hate. This is something good. Palantir's website says it builds software that empowers organizations to effectively integrate their data, decisions, and operation. It boasts of a current deal with the health services saying the NHS uses Palantir Foundry to make better use of data to improve patients' lives. Foundry is a world-class software that's having outsized impact across the healthcare sector. And I quote, these are all quotes, "Foundry helps frontline clinicians and supports staff focus on delivering better patient care by placing the right information at their fingertips. It connects the back office software systems and analyzes teams directly with caregivers. With security and information governance at its first order priority, Foundry helps healthcare providers make the best decision at speed." And this is very interesting. In a tweet last week, the firm boasted that Rishi Sunuk had praised the firm. Now, I did play you the clip of Rishi Sunuk straight up praising Palantir because Palantir absolutely works. And as I said, all of these stupid articles that hate on Palantir actually do a really good job showcasing how amazing Palantir is. In that article, they're just saying, hey, we shouldn't commercialize NHS. But at the end of the day, it literally is praising Palantir, how freaking amazing Palantir is. And their whole beef is, you're not giving other people a chance to bid. Well, this was already prolonged. We already should have had the contract. And at the end of the day, I do think that we have the contract. Of course, it's scary when other people are bidding. And at the end of the day, we need this contract to prove that Palantir is what Palantir is, that there is no other alternatives. I do believe that Palantir is going to get this contract. Is it 100%? Nothing in life is certain except for death and taxes. But I think it is a lock for Palantir. I will be extremely disappointed and shocked if Palantir, and I stress shocked, if Palantir does not get this contract. Guys, I'm not going to end this video here. I want you to click on this link down below. This is also another amazing video where I go over more things, more details, and more information when it comes to Palantir. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday.